Welcome to the weekly Team Achieve call where I got on here and talk about some stuff and people jot down some notes and we all get crazy success out of it, right? That's what I thought. Moving on to recognition. First and foremost, I want to recognize the whole team for this extra effort that you guys have been putting in. As you guys know, I'm your guys' upline coach, so I get to see everyone's sales and volume and all that stuff. So my right leg has always been my weakest. Jason, my upline, is a crazy business guy. So just based on his building underneath me, my left leg is super strong. I don't ever have to worry about volume in that leg. Now I had to kick some butt last year to build it up, but now my right leg is really weak. So I have been seeing for the last couple months that right leg increasing because of the effort you guys are putting in. So one, I thank you for that because we all know how team bonuses work. That allows me to live my freedom I've always been working my butt off for. And the same thing goes for you guys. You work on your weak spots and it will provide growth for you. So just based on what I've been seeing, especially this week, that leg just passed 1,000 volume, which happens every now and then, but usually just on a big launch. But for it to happen in the middle of a month when there's no big product launches, it's awesome. So keep up the great work, guys. So with that, I'm going to start giving recognition for volume. Success Club is a very difficult thing to hit sometimes. And I know there's lots of people out there busting their butts and, their names are not on the recognition with Success Club, but I see how much they're working. So first and foremost, going out to Phil, who is at Success Club 6, and because of my January incentive, has earned himself a $25 gift card to Amazon. Remember, for anyone on the team that hits Success Club 5, you're going to get that gift card. So he is also brought in, and this is for the last 4 weeks, 700 volume points, and this is going to be in customer sales. So any product purchases you make yourself, that does not count towards this number. Kaylee, who is at Success Club 2, which is great because she's brand new right out of the gate. She has 55 personal volume points for customer. Dawn has 415, Bailey at 90, Jen at 180, and Paul, you're under Jason's business center, so I can't actually see what your sales look like. And then as far as new coaches, I brought in our newest one, Jolene. Jolene's been in my P90X3 challenge group, and she wanted to get a discount on the Shakeology. So I went ahead and just gave her the link. She signed up. She saw what we're doing in the group, and now she has interest in building the business. So that's thanks to you guys because, our team, I want, like I said in the last call, I want to be team achieve, not team talk about it. So the fact that we're all pulling together as a team and trying to help each other succeed, it's awesome, and other people are seeing that. So I'll be more than happy to get Jolene plugged into these calls. She'll probably see this recording. So congratulations on making the decision to step up as a Beachbody coach. As far as that, I hit Success Club 20 as of today, which was kind of nuts because my goal was 10. But it just shows you don't sell yourself short on goals, guys. I know a lot of us, we set goals and we put them just out of our reach. We typically set numbers that we know we can get, and it may be just out of your reach, just a tiny bit out of your comfort zone. But I'm telling you, set your goals higher. I've seen a lot of people's goals, myself included, and I had to redo my goals up on my board here. From, I think it was January 1st, I wrote those goals and put them up there. And it's only been a couple weeks, and I've already had to redo them because I set them too low. I think it was Phil. I'll give Phil a shout out. Phil called me out in the group, and I remember he said he was going to reach whether it was an income level or a star diamond rank or whatever. And he said, "Chaz, I think you're too low." And I went, "Okay, all right, touche." Called out the coach, and I'll take it. So don't sell yourself short on your goals. If you have looked at January and just said, scrap it, I'm not going to get Success Club. Guess what? We still have, 9 days left in this month. I've hit Success Club 5 in 2 days in the past, and not because it was easy. It's because I got out there and I talked to a lot of people to get those 5 points. Don't sell yourself short on your goals, guys. If you want your name read off on this recognition every week, you're going to have to bust your ass to get there. Start driving the volume points, start getting the Success Club points, get your challenge groups put together, all that kind of stuff. So moving forward, today is going to be probably a little bit on the short side, unless I get off on one of my tangents you guys all know and love. So today is going to be about closing the sale, because I know it's a very difficult thing that a lot of us struggle with, handling the objections and just learning how to sell stuff. If you have to have the right personality, you have to be a people person, not a people pleaser, because that's totally different than a people person. You have to be, outgoing. You have to be talkative. You have to be the one that initiates stuff to make it happen. So basically what I did was I took what the Tommy Migrant 5-step invitation process is, and it's pretty similar to what I do. I've never used that process because if you guys have seen it, it's a 5-step invitation process. And it's this big chunk of stuff that you copy and paste. And it's not my style to copy and paste other people's stuff unless I reword it and make it my own. I know some people out there are copy and paste queens and kings. Whatever floats your boat, do what works for you. Me personally, I like to take other people's stuff. If I see a quote or something that's excellent, I make sure that I word it in a way that it sounds like me. So it's not, if you're naturally a very shy, quiet, introvert type person, which is fine. Everyone has different personalities. But if you are naturally that introvert and all of a sudden out of nowhere, you do this huge inspiring Facebook post, that's obviously an extrovert, it's going to sound a little salesy sometimes. So make sure you're always rewording stuff so it actually sounds like you. So basically, I took this 5-step invitation process, and I was thinking, okay, 21-day fix is obviously coming out in a few weeks. We should all be working on building our list now for that. Don't wait until February 3rd and start putting posts out there saying, oh, hey, it's February 3rd. We just launched this new product. Who wants to buy it? You're gonna miss it. That it happened with P90X3, and I'm doing the same thing now that I did with P90X3. Build your list early, create your challenge group early, plug your people in there before the launch so they're in there keeping each other excited. And then when February 3rd comes around, you just have to give them the link. You've already done all the work. And that's what I do with P90X3, and I think I was in the top 5 of the entire company, 150,000 coaches. I was in the top 5 for P90X3 sales, which is still nuts for me to say, but it's just because I set myself up right. You guys know the personal development I'm reading is jab, 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 right hook. I set up those little jabs, so when launch day came, took that right hook and nailed it. Basically, here's my little thing I do when I put a Facebook post out. So basically, I'll go over the 5 real quick. Interest, goals or why, video, commitments, and then pricing and enroll. So the first thing I do is I put a Facebook post up. You guys have all seen the one that most of us are using now. It's, if I, would you? And you can just fill in the blank. If I were to start a 21-day group where you can lose up to 15 pounds, would you be interested? Keep it short and sweet. Don't post your product link. Don't post all that kind of extra stuff right up front. You want people to show interest so you can connect with them one-on-one. You never know who you're missing out on if you give all the information up front. And so many people scroll by it, read it, and then keep moving on, as opposed to a short, interesting post where it catches their eye and go, you know what, I want to see more about that. They connect with you one-on-one, which gives you the ability to actually find out why they want to do it, because it all comes down to their why. We've all had the customers before where they see the information, they want to do it, and then when it comes down to pricing, their why is not strong enough to tell them it's worth it to buy it. And there's something coming up here I'm going to share with you guys as far as overcoming that. So the first thing is interest. And what I mean by interest is do a Facebook post, just like what I said. If I, would you, fill in the blanks. Pay attention to who is liking them. This is the biggest thing I've been doing for a few months that really helped out with my closing rate. And what I mean by that is how many people, let's say 10 people come to me and we're chit-chatting about the products. The rate of success with those people purchasing has gone through the roof since I've actually started implementing this. Because in the past, I would put a Facebook post up and I would say, you know, we all do it. I would say, message me for more information or comment below for more information. And you know, it'd be kind of crickets. And when I switched gears and I started paying attention to, okay, who's liking this? Because I probably think something like 80% of people are on Facebook on their phone and they're just scrolling through the news feed. Most people are honestly just too lazy to stop, comment, type it out, hit send if they actually want more information. A lot of them are just going to go through and be like, oh, that looks cool, like it. Oh, that looks cool, like it. That's what most people do. So what you want to do is pay attention to the ones who are actually liking it. Make a list of everyone who liked the post. Go through that list and message each of them. Now, don't message them right out of the gate and say, hey, I saw you just liked my post. Here's my link. Do you want to buy it? You're going to hear crickets all day long for a long time to come if you do that route. So this is why you have the 5-step process that I have here. So you find the people who are interested. So you just made your list of all the people that liked it. And I do this on my computer. If you prefer like a actual notepad, whatever works best for you and your brain and how your brain functions, go for it. I use a combination of the two because my list is a little bit longer. I use the computer because it's a lot easier to type out that way. So you have your list of all the people that like the post, and then you go through and you message them. And the message is not going to be something you copy and paste into every single one because you have a different relationship with each person that probably liked it. So let's say your distant cousin who you haven't talked to in forever was one of those people that liked it. You should be sending them a different message than somebody you just met on the street yesterday who added you to Facebook. Always personalize it. So let's say you have a cousin or a family member or a distant relative or someone like that. You're obviously going to start the message with, hey, how have you been? That's as simple as it needs to be. Just start that conversation that way. If it's an old friend, hey, what have you been up to? I was just thinking about you. Always customize your messages and make them personal. So once you kind of dive into that, however your conversation is going, you eventually want to get it to the point where that transition happens into, okay, well, I did see that you liked my post. Is that something, or I saw that you liked my post about the 21-day fix coming up, or your 21-day test group or challenge group, whatever you want to call it. Is that something you'd be interested in? Based on what I've been doing the last couple of days, 90% of people are going to say yes. They're not saying yes to actually doing it yet, but they're going to say, yes, I was interested. Tell me more about that. So that is when you move into, well, first, let me ask about your goals. Because I think that's the point where when somebody asks about a program, the first thing we want to do is send them information and overload them with videos and all this information. Put the brakes on that real quick. That's step 3. Step 2 is always finding out their goals and their why. And you guys know I'm a very, very big on relationship building. And, you know, everyone always asks me, Chaz, how do you get so many new people? I'm constantly talking to people, guys. I'm not up here on video every single Wednesday telling you guys, go out and talk to people, go out and talk to people. And I'm not doing it myself. I am in the trenches as a troop in this business right along with you guys. I talk to so many freaking people on a daily basis. It's not even funny. That's how I find new people. I am putting myself out there. I'm getting plugged in my local community. I'm constantly on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'm constantly finding these people who are into the health and fitness field. And then I'm getting them plugged into my Facebook. Because Facebook for me is kind of my central hub. That's where my challenge groups are. That's what drives my personal business. So you find out their goals. And you just ask them, tell me, okay, well, before I send you information, tell me more about why you want to do this. And they're going to give you some superficial answer like, well, I want to lose weight, or, I used to be in shape, but I really want to get back to that point. Dig underneath the BS answers. You're going to have to ask them, okay, let's say somebody says, well, I really want to lose 50 pounds. I used to be in shape, and I just let myself go. Life happened. So then in that case, I would ask them, how'd you feel when you were in shape in the past? How do you feel now? Because they're going to be two totally different answers. You ask them how they felt when they were in shape. They're going to say, I felt alive. I felt energetic. I felt happy and confident. And then you ask them, okay, well, how do you feel now that you put on the weight? Oh, okay, my relationships are kind of lacking. I don't sleep well. My energy is really low, all that kind of stuff. And then you ask them, okay, what's your goal moving forward? If you were to do this program, what is your goal? Top 3 goals, whatever you want to do. Most of them are going to say, well, I want to get back to where I was. I want to lose that 50 pounds. And so you ask them, after losing that 50 pounds, how are you going to feel? Are you going to feel accomplished? What's your life going to look like if you did lose that weight? That's where they start to open up a little bit more and start to bring out their why. Because at first they may say, I want to lose 50 pounds, but end result, after you talking to them and asking them questions, you may find out that they have dying relatives because of obesity and all that kind of stuff. And that digs deeper into somebody's true why on why they want to do the business, do business with you. Same thing with the coaching business. I mean, a lot of us are in this. You can use the same. Let me back up real quick. You can use the same type of setup, this 5-step thing, for signing up your own coaches too. Most of them have already done a product or two. So when you get to their goals and why, some of it's going to be more financial than anything. So you ask them, tell me about your finances. Where would you like to be? How much would you need to make per month to walk away from your job? Start to find out their why, because a lot of people want to spend more time with their family. They don't want to have the hassle of a 9-to-5 job, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you guys have seen my journey. I was able to fire my boss, and the time freedom that you have is, can't even put it into words. It's amazing to have weekends off, to block off your schedule. If somebody calls me right now and says, hey, Chaz, do you want to do something tomorrow? I'll just block off my schedule and go do it. I'm living life the way I want to, and that's why I want you guys to be busting your asses as much as I am. I expect you guys to keep up with me, because I have fully accepted the fact that I am a leader and I have to lead by example. So in whatever situation I'm in, I like to be the hardest working person I know. And I expect each of you to keep up with me if you want to be on that level of success too. So if you're not doing what you know you need to be doing, step up your game, because I'm on the other side of the mountain. I'm climbing another mountain now, but I'm over that first big one, firing my boss and starting to make some income. And guys, the feeling I have now is 10,000 times better than the feeling I had when I was half-assing my business and trying to fake it until I make it. You guys, do these steps. Talk to the people. Get your challenge groups going. Stop procrastinating. Just make it happen. I don't care if it's awkward for you to go out and talk to new people. I don't care if you don't know what to say. I just care you're doing it, because with doing it, with that practice, you get better. You get more confident. You become a leader. I did not get to where I'm at today because I sat on my couch and was a keyboard warrior every single day. I talk to people on a daily basis, and now I'm comfortable with it. I was not in the beginning. I started exactly where a lot of you are. It was extremely awkward for me to talk to people, and I would just, we'd be sitting here talking face to face, and all of a sudden it just reaches that end of the conversation where you're both kind of like, yeah, so it sucks. It's awkward. I know. I've done it 1,000 times. But now I'm to the point where I've done it so many times and I've been told no so many times. One, I don't care if I'm told no. I just take it, move on. But two, and most importantly, I'm actually comfortable talking with people. I love talking with people. I love finding out who they are and what drives them. I love that. So I want you guys to just start doing it, because I know that's something that held me back, and I know it's probably holding some of you back. Just the thought of talking to people you don't know scares the crap out of you sometimes. But you just have to suck it up and do it. Like I said, if you want to be on an elite successful level, you have to be doing elite successful things on a daily basis. You can't be taking those big right hooks once a day and expecting to land any killing blows. That was my one tangent for the video. I'll move on. So find out their goals and their why. So once you dig deep under their, lose 50 pounds or get back in shape reasoning or their goal, dig under there, find out their why. Then you transition into, that sounds amazing. Those are great goals to have. It sounds like you have the right motivation. I like to have motivated people on my team that I'm working with as my clients. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you what this program is about. And then you send them, whether it be I prefer the video. Obviously, the video does all the talking for you guys. You don't have to worry about saying, oh, well, it's a 21-day program. It comes with these weird containers, and you put your food in it, and then you eat the food, and you're going to mess up somehow. I know I do it all the time. Even now, if somebody came to me and said 21-day fix, I would much rather just say, you know what, let me send you a video, because the videos are put together using marketing strategies that catch your eye to give the information the proper way. So use the videos, guys. And here's a little tip that I do for the video. So I went to YouTube and I just got the main little, I think it's like 3-minute infomercial segment of it. And in my Word document I have open, I have my list of 21-day fix people to talk to. And at the top, I have that video link. So I don't have to constantly go back to YouTube and copy the link. I can just open up that Word document that's right there and just copy it when I need it. With that, there's another little piece of information I copy and paste, which I'll show you guys. So send them the video, and you don't just send them the video and say, okay, get back to me later. You say, okay, are you gonna, what time can you watch this? Because a lot of people are not gonna be able to watch it right when you send it. Because I know I've done this in the past. I'll send a video and sit here and just be like, did you watch it yet? Did you watch it yet? That's not going to work that way, guys. A lot of people are at work during the day. They're not going to be able to watch it right away. So I send them the video and say, okay, well, here's some information on what the program is about. When is a good time for you to watch this? And if they say, well, I can watch it right now, I'll say, okay, I'll give you a few minutes and I'll follow up with you. And, give them 5, 6, 7 minutes, whatever, and just, ask them, what did you like best about this? Do you feel this is a program that can work for you? Most people are going to say yes in some form. Same thing goes with if you say, okay, when is a good time for you to watch this? Oh, well, I'm at work right now, but I can watch it tonight when I get home. Okay, what time would you like me to follow up with you? Always have a schedule. Follow up with your people. Because if you just send them the video and say, okay, just let me know when you're finished, I can't tell you how many hundreds of people I've never heard from again because they watch the video and they're kind of like, I don't know, it's that DVD workout stuff and protein powder. I don't know about it. So people who are on the fence are not going to generally ask more. People who are on the fence are going to kind of just leave it open-ended. They're going to wait for you to come back to them. So it's up to you as the leader and the coach and as the CEO of your business to follow up with your people. So after you send them the video and they watch it, you ask them what they like best. Ask them if it's a program they feel that it can work for them. Most of them are going to say yes in some form. Then you go to the commitments. And if you guys have not done so, I highly, highly, highly recommend being familiar in the back office, because if you go to, I think it's marketing and Beachbody Challenge, there is tons of information in there. There's hundreds of little tiny tidbits of information and documents and files and all that kind of stuff where you can learn how to run challenge groups the way you want to run them based on all that information back there. One of those is they have a pretty cool commitment little document for each program. So 21 Day Fix, I believe that one is going to be the 31st of this month, they're going to put that up there. But if you have like, P90X3 or whatever, there's all these different files back there that you can use. So then after they watch the video and they say, yes, I'm ready, this looks like something I can do, you talk about the commitments. You tell them, I'm going to be here as your coach to keep you accountable. If you slack, I'm going to call you out. I want you to call me and text me every day if you need to, but I am here as your coach to help you out. Another cool thing that I like to do, I started doing recently, is I ask them, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about making these changes? How serious are you about losing that 50 pounds? And that's where you can kind of tell. If somebody says, well, I'm at about a 2 or a 3 right now, when you bring up the pricing, that's probably going to push them away a little bit more. So just expect that. But people surprise you. You never know. I've had tons of people who I didn't think would purchase anything. All of a sudden they get a challenge back or sign up as a coach or whatever. So talk about the commitments, send them that file if you have it, and then ask them, scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about making these changes in your life? If somebody is like 10, I'm ready to do this, awesome. Here's how the pricing works. And this, I need to pull this up. So this is in that file I have with my Word document. I have my list of people to talk to about 21 Day Fix. They showed interest in it. And then I have, underneath there, I have a separate list of the people who said yes, who already committed. Those people get plugged into the challenge group. And they're in there right now, just keeping each other motivated. I'm excited about the launch. So at the top, I have the YouTube video link where it's very easy to find for me. I can copy and paste it pretty easily. I also keep the video link on my phone because if I'm out and about and I get a message, it says, hey, Chaz, I just saw your thing about 21 Day Fix. Can you tell me more about it? So I'll sit here and text with them or call them and find out their goals and their why, and then I can send them the link right from my phone. So the last thing I have that I copy and paste when it gets to talking about pricing, and this is the exact same thing I did with P90X3, and I think this is ultimately what got people from just being on the fence to saying, okay, that's a really good deal, let's do this. So what I copy and paste is, and like I said, you can, this one, I worded this so it's not specific to me, so you guys can feel free to use this. I'm actually going to put this inside the team group underneath this video recording, so you guys will have access to this. So you don't have to worry about writing it down right now if you don't want to. So what I send them when it gets to pricing, I say, so it will come as a total package, which includes the workouts, a bonus plyo workout, total nutrition guide, 7 color-coded containers, a Shakeology shaker cup, 30-day bulk supply of Shakeology, parentheses, I recommend the chocolate or the strawberry, the official 21 Day Fix test group, which is my challenge group, and my wife, Trista, and I as your coaches to support you along your journey. This package actually retails for about $220, but right now it's on sale for $140. And of course, that's going to be February 3rd when it's on sale. And if you did not know that already, the package will be $150, but being a new program, they're actually going to put it on sale for $140 for the month of February. So that's all I do. So far, I've got every single person I've talked to has said yes so far. Actually, 2 people said no yesterday, but I talked to like 10. So 8 people out of 10 I talked to yesterday, because I keep a list for all this. That's a great turnout. It's usually like 1 out of 10 people say yes. So for me to actually do that, it's awesome. But it just shows you that how powerful the 21 Day Fix can be. It's going to be a completely different program targeted for a different market. Like P90X3, it's all the hardcore people who like to work out. They know the P90X brand. They know the workouts are tough, and they say, yeah, hell yeah, I want to do 90 days. I want to kick my own ass. This one, it's going to be more for kind of a female market. It's going to be for the busy moms. It's going to be geared towards somebody that struggles with nutrition more than anything because of those containers they're going to be using. So feel free to market this however you want it. Trista had a funny idea. She said that we should do a post and say, calling all fitness versions. So if you want to do like a fitness virgins test group or whatever you want to call it, you feel free to utilize that idea. I just thought it was kind of funny. So that's pretty much all there is to it. I know there's a lot of information being thrown at you in this video, but it all comes down to putting out a post or a video or something that piques interest. Make a list of all those people that are interested. Find out their goals and their true why. And with that, always ask them, how did you feel when you, because like I said, most people are going to say, well, I used to be in this shape. I used to weigh this much. So you ask them, how did you feel then? Feel energetic, happy about yourself? How do you feel now? And how will you feel when you accomplish your goals? And you share a video or third-party tool. Go over commitments. If you have any specific commitments with yourself, like for me in my challenge groups, I like to do daily challenges. I like to do weekly check-ins with them one-on-one on the phone. I like to do measurements every Monday. So I let them know up front, here's my expectations as your coach. And then you go over pricing and get them enrolled. And I just gave you my big secret weapon, which is that thing I copy and paste. Aside from that, that's pretty much it, guys. Any questions? You guys all got your lists going? Awesome. Nice, man. Nice. Jen, Tom, how you guys doing with all this?
I'm doing good. I had a question. I was listening to a coach call this morning, and she was talking about campaigns for Facebook. Mm-hmm. Do you know anything about that? Like, how would you put a campaign together?
Mm-hmm. I think it's on the right side of the screen. And the only thing to be careful with any type of paying, if you pay like pay per click or advertising that you pay for like that, where it's a campaign that pops up, you want to look in the policies and procedures, and they have a list of all the copyrighted terms you cannot use. I actually made this mistake when I first started, and I signed up for the Google pay-per-clicks, so those ads that pop up on the side of Google. And I made the mistake of not knowing the policies and procedures. I didn't even read the thing. And I had put in there P90X workout and Beachbody and all these terms I could not use. And I got a 2-week suspension. Luckily, I wasn't making any money at the time, so it didn't affect me. But I was banned from my Beachbody office for 2 weeks from that. So that's the only thing I would really recommend. Aside from that, I haven't personally used those. But, you know, I see other coaches that are doing some type of, you can tell it's Beachbody related, like, you know, 21-day program, 21-day weight loss. So you can tell coaches are using it, and I'm unaware of the success rate of it.
That wouldn't necessarily show up in someone's newsfeed. It would kind of show up in like the ads on the
the campaign. Those are those blocks of ads you see on the side.
Because I've seen some coaches, like, some of their stuff comes up and I don't even know it. I'm like, oh, that's cool because I don't even know you, and like your stuff is popping up. And
yep.
You know, so yeah, that's cool.
Yep, definitely. One thing you can do is so if you do a big post, let's say you do a 21-day fixed post that gets a lot of feedback. I think it's under where you hit like, comment, share. You can sponsor that post for $6.99. And remember, that's all. Yep. And so that's all a tax deductible thing. So keep an eye on that. And I've done this a few times, and basically it boosts the number of people that see it. If you pay attention to your news feed, every now and then you'll see a post pop up and it says sponsored. That's what they're doing. They're paying $7 to have that visually show up more. So that does boost some views if you want to give that.
In that coach call, they were saying don't use the boost.
Oh, really?
As much, because Facebook had different rhythms and stuff like that. But they said that unless you have a kick-ass post, don't boost it.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to do that with every post. It's the post that if your people get a lot of feedback on it, that's when you'll probably want to sponsor it.
And then the coach was saying that she spends first she tried doing weekly campaigns, and that didn't work out so well. So what she actually recommends is a monthly campaign. It runs her about $80 a month, and she gets a lot of likes out of that.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, and then just add him as friend. Chat with him a little bit. Because she also said that 90% of people that like your post will never look at your post again. So make sure you comment, say, hey, I liked your post, or personally message them and say, hey, for more motivation, be my friend or whatever like that. But she said I thought that was crazy that 90% of people, if they like your post and they don't know you, they won't even
Yeah.
reach out to you. So
Yeah, that's
that
true.
was interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Just like I've talked about before, for some reason, people they don't want to take initiative, and you always hear me call it the employee mindset. People are waiting to be told what to do. That's why us as leaders, we're the ones that reach out. Yeah, 'cause, I mean, I get a ton of people. Like I said, that's why I do this whole make a list of the likes rather than send me a message if you want more information, that kind of stuff, because people aren't going to do it.
Right.
For whatever reason, I have no idea. So that's why if you see somebody like it, reach out to them. Be that first icebreaker.
Right. And then I know you told me this before, but maybe you want to share with the team of how you get talk to people more outside of Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as far as we call that the warm market. So cold market is like online people you've never talked to before, or making random phone calls, that kind of stuff. Talking to people in person, it's never going to start out as a beach body related thing. Actually, this morning, one of my new, I'm changing my morning routine or my task list. So I'm going to share that with you guys. It's like my little mini version of it. So the first thing I'm doing now every morning is going out and doing a 30-minute walk. And I walked past a gal who was walking her dog. And so I just stopped, started petting the dog, and we just started chit-chatting. That was it. If I see her out there again, we'll have that connection already. Same thing if you go to like grocery stores, talk to the clerks, talk to people who are working. Just remember, most of you guys, myself included, I was there for 4 years. Think about those days that you absolutely hate your job. Like, put yourself in that mindset on those days where you just not really hate life, but you would much rather be not at work. You're having a horrible day, whatever it may be. Now, when you go out grocery shopping or getting gas or that kind of stuff, remember those people are working. They're probably not that happy at their job. So you have to be that. My thing with especially grocery stores, people, those clerks, those grocery baggers, they are being almost looked down to. It's sad, but they're almost being looked down to every single day. These people are at a job they probably hate, and they have to deal with ignorant people all day long. Now, imagine you're at your work and somebody with a huge smile, a great attitude, and is actually making conversation comes along and starts talking to you. That is going to brighten your day. That's how I start conversations with people in grocery stores and just on the street or whatever. I am constantly making eye contact, smiling, saying, just hi, how are you? And it catches people off guard too, because so many people are, especially in grocery stores, they're used to this. Holding onto their grocery cart, head down, beelining it to where they need to go. So when they see some stranger with a huge smile just genuinely ask how their day is going, they're kind of taken back, like, okay, that's good. And then they ask you how your day is going. I'm blessed. You just have to be that light in people's dark world. That's how I came up with that thing. Be the light in people's dark world. Just have a smile on. Be outgoing. Be genuine. You're not out there trying to sell stuff. You're just making the connections. So I don't know if that's the answer you were looking for, but that's how I personally start conversations with people. I'm a happy person when I'm out. Aside from that, any other questions? Everyone fine and dandy? Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Well, you guys have a blessed day. Thank you for taking time out of your morning or afternoon, depending on which side of the U.S. you're on, and joining us for this call. It's been Coach Chaz. Peace out, guys. I'll see you next week.